Jordan Center on the campus of Penn State University for a Big East Big Ten college basketball showdown. Welcome to the Bryce Jordan Center on the campus of Penn State University as the Nittany Lions play host to the 12th ranked team in the country, the Pitt Panthers, who are 6-0 and on a roll. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley, along with former Penn State great and captain Brian Allen, class of 1989. Brian, when you analyze this great Pittsburgh team, everybody starts with their outstanding point guard, Krauser. But the thing that makes them special is their talented front court.
Mike, you got to start off with Siobhan Troutman. He's a big man extraordinaire. He's the kind of guy that loves to mix it up in the paint. He'll get you a strong dunk. If there's a missed shot, he's going to get you a rebound. He loves to block shots. And his counterpart in the front court, Chris Taft. Young guy, he's only 19 years old, but he's just as aggressive as Siobhan Troutman. Those guys are going to really be doing a good job in the paint today.
Penn State coming off a loss to a Big East team in Georgetown the other night, but don't feel sorry for the Nittany Lions because they can counter that front court with a big man of their own, a guy they call around in these parts, Hojo.
Aaron Johnson is a crowd favorite. He's an emotional leader of the Penn State Nittany Lions. He's a guy that is good. He's already averaging 13 rebounds a game, leads the Big Ten, and he's going to need some help in the front court, and he's going to get it from Gary Claxton, a freshman who has no fear. He came out his first game and scored 16 points to lead the Nittany Lions.
So the stage is set. Big East versus Big Ten. Penn State versus Pittsburgh. We'll have it all right after this.
The Hyundai Sonata is winning families over. Named highest-ranked entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. That straight-A dedication to initial quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's loaded with standard features, but costs $2,700 less than a Toyota Camry Standard when comparably equipped. So come test drive your Hyundai Sonata, starting at just $15,894. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Hyundai Sonata with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Like snowflakes, every dream is different, which is why at Infinity's limited engagement winter event, there's a different Infinity for every dream. Like the Infinity FX with intelligent all-wheel drive. See your Infinity dealer for exceptional limited time offers. But don't wait too long, because like snowflakes, Infinity's limited engagement won't last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by the first ever G6 and Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA. By Advanced Auto Parts. For the best parts, people, and price, we're ready in advance. By Hyundai, with quality that lets them offer America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. And welcome back to the Bryce Jordan Center in State College, Pennsylvania, home of the Nittany Lions as they get set to take on one of the nation's best teams in number 12, Pittsburgh. Today's starting lineups, we talked about the front court for Pittsburgh early on, but the straw that stirs their drink is their point guard, number 11, Krauser, and watch for number 4 for Penn State, Mike Walker, a young freshman who needs to score and score early.
Not only does he need to score, but Penn State ran into problems last year against Pitt because they couldn't handle the pressure. Pitt plays great man-to-man defense, and this is going to be a great test for Mikey Walker.
And he'll have to guard that man a lot, Krauser, the youngster from the Bronx, New York, who had a great game against Memphis the other night. There's the tip. It's controlled by Pittsburgh. And Krauser quickly bringing the ball up court for the Panthers.
Pitt taking their time on the offense. They're very methodical in the half court.
Graves from three-point range, and just like that, the Panthers on the board first.
Graves is a great shooter from the three-point line. That's what Pitt has needed in the last couple of years. They haven't been great from three, and Graves has a great opening shot there.
Nice pump fake there by Aaron Johnson, and he gets the roll.
Aaron Johnson, very misleading. He's big. He doesn't get up off the floor, but he's really versatile. He can shoot a three. He's like 7 for 10 coming into the season. That was a nice, versatile move by Aaron Johnson.
Pitt will try to wear you down. They pass the ball well.
If you notice, Mike, that Penn State really packing it in because they know they're a little outmanned in the paint.
Here's the guy they respect the most, Siobhan Troutman, who pops it back outside. And there's Taft, the 6'10 sophomore forward from Brooklyn, New York.
19 years old. And you know what I like about Taft and Troutman? They do not force shots. They're very unselfish. They'll make that extra pass. That was a wide open shot. Good job by Taft.
Taft, the Big East Freshman of the Year a season ago. Pitt up 5-2 here early on. Gary Claxton working against Jerry Demetris. There's a turnover of the game. First one, and Troutman finishes at the other end.
Pitt is a team. They are patient in the half court, but if they can get out and go, they will. And Troutman is a great finisher.
A lot of pressure on these Penn State guards, Marlon Smith and Mike Walker. They have to not only handle the pressure from Pittsburgh, but also score as well.
Mike, all those young kids out there watching this game, I want them to pay attention to the Pitt and the defense. They really get down in the crouch. They really get after it. If you want to play Division I basketball, watch Pitt on the defensive end.
You know, it's funny, Providence coach Tim Welsh said playing Pitt is like facing the old steel curtain. Walker from way downtown. He said they're so good it doesn't matter what offense you have.
Exactly right. Penn State really has to do a good job of executing and setting good picks.
Krauser, nice move, but a complete air ball above and over the rim. Here comes Penn State back the other way in transition. Kick out to Walker. High arc. Maybe a little too much arc off the front of the rim.
Mike, you can really light it up. I look for him to make a couple of those.
And a sweet move by Antonio Graves. Coming into this game, averaging just under 10 points.
Nice spin move. So look at Graves. Look how he's in his crouch. He's not giving Marlon Smith any room to breathe.
9-2 Pitt here early on at the Bryce Jordan Center on the campus of Penn State University. Walker inside to Hojo. He's got some moves up over Taft. Great example of what you were talking about earlier, Brian.
Yeah, Pitt knows.
Defense.
Pitt knows that Aaron Johnson is like Garrett Claxton right there, not taking care of the ball. Chevy Troutman, great hands, great move. That's just aggressive defense. And to see a big man getting out like that is very impressive.
This is what John Calipari's Memphis Tigers saw last Wednesday night. They were totally stifled in a 70-51 loss that was not as close as that score indicates.
And again, Siobhan Troutman with those quick hands. There's rumors out there that the NFL is looking at him. He's making a good showing already with those kind of hands.
Well, much like Kent State and San Diego Chargers, Antonio Gates, he's got that kind of body, only he's a little bit bigger. He's 6'7". Gates goes about 6'4", I believe. Marlon Smith from the Bronx, New York. He's part of Penn State's Big Apple connection. Steal by Troutman.
Troutman having a great showing early on the defensive end. We talked about his offense, but he's doing it all on both ends.
Graves to Krauser for three. No good. Rebound Troutman, yes.
Siobhan Troutman must have been listening to the Open, just as advertised.
Leading scorer for the Pitt Panthers, 15.7 points per game, and also their leading rebounder. Nice pass into Claxton, but Gary can't get it to go.
That's a basket that Gary usually slam dunks.
The other night when Penn State lost to Georgetown, they fell behind 17-0 early on, got back in the game, but expended way too much energy and never weren't able to win it. Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen here because they're down 11-2 right now.
Yeah, Penn State's really got to get like maybe an easy layup or something, but Pitt's not giving those kind of things up.
Spin move there by Aaron Gray.
Aaron Gray's a big body. They just keep bringing the big bodies in, and Penn State doesn't have anyone to match it.
Gray, 7 feet tall, as Pittsburgh on a 10-0 run.
Right now, Aaron Johnson's going to try to make something happen. He's that emotional leader, so he's going to try to get a foul.
He's got some nice, that was a nice underneath alley-oop. Scoop. Here comes Graves. See, if you don't get back on defense, you're toast.
That's a smart play by Pitt. Just take it right back at Penn State. Penn State's got to get back in the transition. Aaron Johnson's got to be careful because they don't have a lot of bodies. You don't want to get in foul trouble.
Pittsburgh with a 13-4 lead, and they can thank this man, Siobhan Troutman, for part of that lead.
Advanced Auto Parts, no matter when or where. Advanced Auto Parts, whatever's waiting there around these parts, trouble doesn't stand a chance. For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
First ever G6.
What could possibly make IO Digital Cable Service, Optimum Online, or Optimum Voice even better? Introducing the Optimum Store Online, exclusively for Cablevision customers. The online destination for the latest electronics to help you get the most out of your Optimum services. You'll find HD TVs, cordless phones, digital cameras, wireless routers, MP3 players, and more. Enter now to win a 42-inch Philips Plasma TV at OptimumStore.com. It's all just a click away.
There's something you should know about me. I'm not easy to live with. In fact, I have a really ugly side. I don't always let you speak when you want. I can leave you feeling shaken and confused. And if you ignore me, I might lash out, leaving you dead. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Back here at Bryce Jordan Center, the Pitt Panthers leading 13-4. Coach Jamie Dixon, just his second season. He was the Big East Coach of the Year a season ago. The first time that has ever happened for a rookie coach. Ed DeChellis in his second season, a former assistant at Penn State who did wonders during his head coaching tenure at East Tennessee State.
You know, Mike, these two guys are second-year coaches. Right now, Ed is on the losing end. He was on the losing end last year. But in a couple of years, these two, this is going to be a legitimate rivalry.
They've met 141 times prior to today's contest. Have Penn State and Pittsburgh. Graves at the line and makes them both.
And Coach DeChellis, being from Monaca, Pennsylvania, which is the Pittsburgh area, he wants to make that happen sooner rather than later. Penn State trying to isolate Gary Claxton out of the timeout. Couldn't get it to him. Gary's one of those kids that you're going to hear about for the next 4 years. It's going to be an all-star.
Travis Parker, the junior college transfer from Greenville, North Carolina. Sweet move to the hoop.
You know what? He may be just the X factor. Travis can mix it up inside, too, to help out Aaron Johnson.
Look at Graves. And then he misses the bucket, but Siobhan Troutman there to pop it back in.
Somebody's got to put a body on Troutman. He's doing whatever he wants inside.
Way too many second chances so far for Pitt. Oh, and a sweet underneath move there by Aaron Johnson. Hojo, he's wearing those protective goggles because in the Big Ten tournament 2 seasons ago, he had sustained a detached retina against Indiana.
Yeah, and it hasn't affected him. He missed the first 6 or 7 games last year and came back and was crucial for Penn State's success.
Krauser for downtown.
Now, you're not going to see that a lot from Krauser. He's not their best three-point shooter, and Penn State wants to see him put the ball on the floor. Great shot there by Travis Parker.
He can do it inside and outside.
Yeah, he's just like Gary Claxton. Those two are very versatile, and since Penn State is undersized, they're going to need that from Travis.
One of the 5 new faces Penn State has this year. And Coach Ed DeChellis is very, very high on Travis Parker. He says he has a chance to be a special player.
Parker is a JUCO transfer. Penn State hasn't had a JUCO transfer since the early 70s. But when you're a young team, it's nice to have someone come in who's had a little experience. He's a newcomer, but he has 2 years of college basketball under his belt. Penn State, of course, leads the all-time series, and this they've been playing since the turn of the century. But as of late, Pitt has owned the series.
Take a look at the Hyundai Cool Facts. This is some of their early dominance this year in running their record to 6-0. You know, last season, people forget this about the Panthers. They started out 18-0 before they finally were upended.
Pitt is an impressive team. They are the team to beat in the Big East. They
really
are so
think so?
well run. Oh, yeah, I think so. You talk about UConn. They are the defending champions, but I just like the way that Pitt plays an all-around game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end of the season.
They won the conference regular season tournament. Were not made it to the round of 16, knocked out by Oklahoma State. And quite frankly, Carl Krauser was telling everybody that anything short of the Final Four will be a disappointing season for this Pitt Panther team.
You know, Mike, just coming in the game is Ben Luber. Ben has not been playing for the last 4 or 5 games. He asked coach for a leave of absence for stress-related. So the Penn State fans gave him a great rousing applause when he got into the game because they want him to do well. And he did so many great things for the Nittany Lions last year, playing many 40-minute games as a freshman. So to have him out there, and it also takes a lot of pressure off of Mikey Walker.
I'm just going to say the same thing there. Walker, the freshman, Luber, the sophomore.
And Luber should get like extra credit, and now also Marlon Smith, because those guys, they didn't have anybody to come in for them last year, and they did a great job holding down the fort.
Claxton with the second of 2. Pittsburgh 20, Penn State 13. 13 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Another newcomer, Danny Morrissey, coming in for the Nittany Lions. He's also a great shooter. Penn State going a little three-quarter court, 1-3-1.
And number 21, Mark McCarroll, one of Pitt's key reserves in the game, along with Yuri Dimitris.
I like Coach DeChellis mixing it up a little bit. That 1-3-1 is a defense that really gets your team excited. You get some steals, you might get a layup, and the momentum swings.
Ronald Ramon kicks it out to Dimitris from the corner. Won't go. Rebound Penn State. Back the other way come the Nittany Lions.
Penn State, if they can get a good shot here, they can bring it within 5.
Luger around the Parker pick.
Or 4 if it's Travis Parker shooting from 3. Penn State being very patient, not forcing the shot. That's what they need to do.
Luger almost stripped to the ball, and Dimitris saves it for Pittsburgh. Krauser the other way. Wow.
Carl Krauser, he is so impressive. I mean, he does it all for this team. You know, he spent his first season going against Brandon Knight. He fears nothing. He's seen it all. Nothing phases Krauser.
It's not so much that he's quick as that he's got a sense of the rhythm of the game and where that basketball is going to be. Oh, what great pass by Krauser to Chris Tabb.
Yeah, he has great court sense. He's strong, and he's doing what Penn State does not want to see, is that dribble penetration, because when he gets in the paint, he's dangerous.
Pitt has opened up a 11-point lead.
And Penn State has to be a little more careful with the ball. These are unforced errors. But you also got to give credit to that Pitt defense.
That was Taft with the swat away. Jamie Dixon has to like what he sees so far early on. Pitt up by 11.
What are you holding now?
A six-pack.
A six-pack? Brilliant! What's it do?
Well, I figured out how to carry 6 beers at the same time.
Carry 6 beers at the same time? Brilliant! Let's drink them.
You know, I've been thinking, it might not be the smartest idea to drink 6 beers at the same time.
Don't drink 6 beers at the same time? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Drink Guinness draft straight from the bottle and always enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
College basketball fans, get ready for the 2005 Big East Women's Basketball Championship. March 5th through the 8th at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. See all 12 Big East women's basketball teams battle for the Big East Championship Tournament title. For tickets and more information, call 860-525-4500. That's 860-525-4500. Or log on to Ticketmaster.com.
This couple bought their clothes at K&G. They would have paid more than twice as much at a department store. So what'll they buy with the money they've saved? K&G has incredible savings on a wide range of fashions, 7 days a week. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
I think it's time we knew each other's names.
Whoa, hey. I don't know, cutie.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Jill.
Jill? Really? That's pretty.
So, what's yours?
If you're worried about identity theft.
I'm Molly. Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Now you can bank safer.
Child.
With every Citibank account, you can now get help from an identity theft specialist.
The Big East versus the Big Ten. Pittsburgh, number 12 in the country, with a 11-point lead over Penn State. Part of the reason Pitt is 6-0 this season right there, Brian, as we look at our Hyundai Cool Facts.
That 26.5 is pretty gaudy. And they've played some pretty legit teams, but they're not Big East teams. And what Coach wants to do is just get them some rhythm going into the Big East, because you know they're going to get pounded.
What wasn't shown there was their defensive dominance so far, holding everybody to under 60 points a game.
Marlon Smith gets on the board. Smith was the MVP for the Nittany Lions last year, and we are 11-24 in, and he has not had an attempt from the field. Pitt doing a great job of defending Marlon Smith.
Smith also a member of the Big Ten's all-freshman team last year. Penn State has cut the Pittsburgh lead to single digits. Krauser working against Luber.
Kevin Fellows in there mixing it up with Taft, doing a good job of moving your feet. That's the key to post defense, is moving your feet.
Graves from behind the arc.
Graves has not missed. Somebody's got to get out there and get a hand on it. He's hot. Make him put it on the floor if he's going to hit 3 jump shots in a row. Again, you see Pitt. They're down in their crouch. The hands very active, talking. This is textbook defense.
Krauser tips it away from Luber, but Luber gets it back. Luber, nice move around Krauser. And Mark McCarroll drawing the foul. Luber thought it was...
Yeah, he's a little frustrated right now. I mean, look at Krauser. Look at him. He's down in his crouch. Hands are active. Almost gets that steal. And he just stays with him. He stays with him. He's not giving Ben Luber any room to breathe.
It's what every coach talks about, not just in basketball, getting in that good athletic position.
Very impressive.
Krauser plays the point. Great, moves well without the ball. Running one-hander, and he runs over.
Danny Morrissey doing a good job of stepping in, getting that charge. That's what Penn State needs to do. Pitt loves to dribble penetrate. And if they have no one stopping them, look at Danny moving his feet, sliding, putting his hands up, not over, falling. It might have been a little bit of a flop, but that's the name of the game. Great job by the freshman.
Fellows has the ball stolen by Taft, but he gets it back, kicks it out to Walker. Walker to Parker for 3.
Wide open shot. That was a good look by Travis Parker. He's got to knock that one down.
Look at Graves, how quick. Feeds off to McCarroll. Can't get it to go. Back come the Nittany Lions. Minnesota tied with Central Michigan in the second half. And elsewhere in the Big Ten, Indiana. Ooh, in the rivalry with Kentucky, leading by 3.
That's going to be a barn burner. That's probably going to be one of those games that comes down to the last possession. Those rivalries, if it looks on paper, if it looks like one team has a big advantage, just throw that out when there's rivalries, because they're both going to play head-to-head there.
I think the one thing Mike Davis would like to save that for a little later in the year, man.
Yeah, this is the difference right here. Penn State 6 turnovers, Pittsburgh 1. And that was really important to Coach DeChellis that Penn State take care of the ball. They ran into the same problem last year at Peterson event.
Taft beats the double team by kicking it out to McCarroll, but McCarroll can't convert. Marlon Smith now for the Nittany Lions for 3. That's called the Bryce Jordan
roll. Yeah, you know, they practice here every day.
Time, yeah.
No, I wasn't quite so fortunate.
So Penn State back to within 9 again.
I wish I had half his jump shot.
Boy, I like this kid, Antonio Gray. What a smooth, fluid move to the hoop there.
He did a great job. He saw that Kevin Fellows didn't come out in head, so he turned the corner and took it to the hoop. That's just smart basketball. And you get
Aaron Johnson coming back into the game now.
He sees Kevin Fellows not hedging. He's not even in the picture, so he's going to take it all the way to the hoop.
Switches to his left hand for the layup.
Smart play, impressive basketball.
Danny Morrissey over to Mike Walker. Hojo air ball. But Parker right back to put it back in. He has been the most impressive Penn State player on the floor so far, Brian.
Yeah, he's the one that's really gotten them fired up. Against Georgetown, I think Coach DeChellis was a little disappointed in his intensity, and he let him know in practice, so it looks like it worked because they were on him in practice this year.
And Pittsburgh burns a timeout. Jamie Dixon calling his troops to the bench and say, hey, let's not let this thing get out of hand here.
Exactly, and you know what? The Nittany Lions are at home. They want to make these hometown fans happy. These nitwits behind us making all the noise, they want to make these guys go home happy on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, since Ed DeChellis took over this program, the attendance here at the Bryce Jordan Center for Penn State basketball game has increased. They want to turn this place into a pit. They want to make this program return it back to what they think it should be.
Exactly, and you got to give a lot of credit to athletic director Tim Curley. He took a lot of heat when he hired Ed DeChellis because they said it was an internal hire, but no. Ed DeChellis went away to East Tennessee State and built a great program there. So you got to give kudos to Tim Curley just sticking to his gun and hiring a guy who has a passion for the blue and white. And these fans know that Coach DeChellis, they saw his East Tennessee State team. They like to get the ball up and down, and they know that's where this program is headed.
And if they play well against Pitt, that's going to be something to build on for the Big Ten season ahead.
Exactly, which is going to be a tough season. It is every year.
Ronald Ramon, number 4 now in the game. From the Bronx, part of that Pittsburgh-New York connection. His long shot, back of the rim. Rebound Marlon Smith, who brings it down for Penn State. He gets double teamed. Out to Parker. Walker, you got to make this, yeah.
Mikey Walker, the local.
Give it to Mikey, he likes it.
Hey, Mikey, I saw him in high school hit 7 threes in 4.5 minutes. 7 threes in 1 quarter. He can light it up, so they got to play him honest.
Penn State on an 8-0 run right now. As a result, they've cut the Pitt lead to just 4, 27-23. Ed DeChellis shouting encouragement from the sideline.
Yeah, look at this. Penn State a little fired up. You know what? Ball movement is key. Watch this. Travis Parker sees Mikey walk wide open.
Give it to Mikey.
Give it to Mikey. He likes it.
BMW Holiday Sales Drive. Lease the 2005 BMW 325i for $299 a month, only through January 3rd.
The Cooper Xeon 2XS Ultra High Performance Tire. Made to perform on the skid pad, the slalom, the track, and in the real world. Cooper tires don't give up a thing.
It all starts with a chip that contains world-leading technology, together with Samsung's superior engineering and design. It does so much more. It inspires. It enriches. It's the soul of Samsung, and it's in everything we create. Experience the power within. Samsung.
AXA Financial Protection, what does it mean?
AXA, they help my father with his investments. AXA, they helped my grandparents when they retired, so I can visit their beach house.
AXA, they're getting my mother life insurance to fit our family's needs.
It's what we do at AXA, and we like to call it financial protection. AXA, be life confident.
Penn State with a little home cooking. The Nittany Lions on an 8-0 run. They have cut the Pittsburgh lead to just 4, 27-23. Antonio Graves leading the way for Pitt with 9 points. Troutman cleaning up on the boards. And as we expected, Carl Krauser, who does just about everything for this Jamie Dixon team with assists and points. And Penn State, this guy it's been all Travis Parker, that's for sure.
And not only is he leading right now, but he has the only assist for the Nittany Lions. You know, Penn State, you know, their team, they have to utilize the team concept, so everybody needs to contribute to some of those assist numbers.
A little slide step there by Chris Tapp, the sophomore forward from Brooklyn, and the referees caught it.
Again, ball pressure is key. Look at Aaron Johnson, he's in the crouch. Great defensive position that we were talking about early. It's almost an unforced error, but Penn State will take it.
Saw that left foot sliding. Oh, nice pass. Claxton inside to Marlon Smith. Gets it rejected, brings it back out after he gets his own rebound. Stays with it, kicks it out to Parker. Pump fake, Troutman in front of him. Travis Parker with the right hand.
Great job by Travis Parker.
27-25.
Taking what the defense gave him that time.
Krauser from downtown, but there's Troutman underneath. It's blocked from behind.
Great job by the freshman, Gary Claxton. You know, Penn State was accused of being soft. They're not soft anymore.
And the nitwits behind us, the student body here, are going wild.
Look
Great
at this defense, Mike. Look at this. Although they didn't block out, they stay with it. Gary Claxton, the freshman. Aaron Johnson and Claxton staying in there. See, that's what I'm talking about. You have a freshman that has no fear. He plays tough. Penn State has a lot to look forward to with this young guy.
Nittany Lions on a 10-0 run. Pittsburgh hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes.
And it's all keyed on the defense, Mike.
Travis Parker has made a difference. Aaron Johnson, now their bread and butter guy, working against 2 guys underneath. And he draws the foul. Siobhan Troutman charged with the hack. I'll tell you, that takes some guts. He's a man amongst trees there. Siobhan Troutman around him, Chris Taft around him.
Aaron Johnson has many moves, but he's tenacious. You can block his shot, but he's just going to keep going until either he makes the bucket or gets fouled or the ball goes the other way. He never gives up. And, you know, his teammates kind of tease him like he's a freshman. They said he couldn't jump over a Sports Illustrated. Well, he worked hard this summer. He can jump over a telephone book, but it doesn't matter. When he has that wide body going, you can't get around him or over him.
If it's the Manhattan telephone book, then that is an increase.
He has a little, he has a vertical.
He's got some hops.
He definitely has a vertical. But he's so wide that you just can't get around him, and he has so many moves. And they look at it on game tape, but you still can't stop him.
You know what? He puts his glasses up off his eyes to the shot. He's going to get another chance to tie this basketball game.
Mental error by Pitt, getting in the lane too early. Right now, the momentum totally swung in the direction of the Nittany Lions.
Well, there's no physical contact at the foul line at the charity stripe, so I assume that's one of the reasons why the goggles are up.
Exactly.
And we are tied at 27. Travis Parker telling the crowd to come on, baby, get behind us.
Yeah, these guys, you know, the advantage of having a young team like Gary Claxton, Mikey Walker, Travis Parker, they don't have any history. They don't care what's happened in the past. They're looking toward the future, and they all come from winning programs. So sometimes it's an advantage to have a younger team.
And Pittsburgh, like Illinois, who I saw last week, they have a bullseye on their back. Everybody's going to be gunning for them.
Exactly right.
And bringing their A game. Krauser, great move.
Krauser's dangerous inside 15 feet.
Amazing ability to create his own shot.
He gets fouled. He goes to the foul line a lot because he's so strong. He's small, but he's strong.
Claxton past Demetrius, and Demetrius is going to be called with a foul.
Demetrius has really found himself in foul trouble almost every game for Pitt. And he seems very frustrated. You know, he's playing aggressive defense, and he gets called for the foul. And, you know, you want the refs to give you a little break, but you can't body him up.
You know, he's fighting for minutes now with some key additions to that starting lineup, i.e. Antonio Graves.
Mikey Walker sliding him, almost knocks us over. Good hustle, though.
Parker at the top of the circle, over to Marlon Smith. Parker's all alone. Over.
Travis Parker, he is on fire. He is on fire. He's a guy that can get Penn State going. You know, Aaron Johnson, they say, is an emotional leader. He and Travis Parker can take on that role together, especially since he can shoot that three and take some pressure off Aaron Johnson.
Penn State with their first lead of the game.
That was a good job of executing by Pitt. They didn't panic. They were very patient, just hitting the open guy.
That was John DeGroat with the two-pointer off the glass. He's one of the top JUCO transfers in the country from northeastern Colorado. John DeGroat, a junior forward.
DeGroat, actually, his sister, Katina Mack, was a great player for Penn State in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
She's like the 10th leading scorer at Penn State. Very athletic family. Penn State also being very patient.
Claxton to Smith.
They're running the two-man game here. Try to get Marlon to turn the corner.
Fellows with a jumper. He was wide open. He's got to drain that shot when he gets the chance.
He's a 7-footer, but he can hit that shot. That's in his range.
Here's Krauser again. So quick, especially going to his right.
Yeah, he goes to his right quickly, but he prefers actually to go to his left. But Penn State did not step up and stop the ball, so he just took it to the bucket.
Claxton, athletic move, but
he's a slicer.
DeGroat was right there every step of the way.
In the last couple minutes, Penn State not taking care of the ball.
Well, at this point, I think Ed DeChellis would be happy with the way things are going. Penn State down only by 3.
So what's this about our Guinness again?
I've discovered that Guinness Draft has only 125 calories.
Only 125 calories? Brilliant! What else have you been up to?
I've invented this little book. It's black. You put women's phone numbers in it.
A little black book? Brilliant!
Come here often. You can also use it as a coaster.
A coaster? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Guinness Draft has only 125 calories. Enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
It doesn't take a degree in engineering to know that your car needs regular oil and filter changes. That's why we're ready in advance with brand names you trust. Castrol, Valvoline, Pennzoil, all in stock at ready-to-go low prices. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance.
Now open until 9 p.m. on Sundays.
Excuse me, do you believe your brokerage firm's advice is objective?
Sure. Their objective is to sell me something.
Well, he only calls me when he's got something to sell.
I made it my objective to do my own investing. So I switched to TD Waterhouse. Best move I ever made.
TD Waterhouse brings together free, independent research and third-party reports so you can make your own objective decisions. You can do this. Switch today to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to higher-priced brokers.
We raise the bar on design. We push the limits of performance. Now, every great story deserves a happy ending. It's Nissan's National Year-End event. Get year-end deals on every Nissan you see. Cars, trucks, and SUVs. And lease the all-new 7-passenger Pathfinder for just $329 a month. Hurry to your Nissan dealer while the story continues, because this event ends January 3rd.
Mike Adamle along with Brian Allen, my partner, just crushed a fly here, and that's what a lot of people thought was going to happen to Penn State, that Pittsburgh would crush them, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Ed DeChellis thought it was so important for Penn State to take care of the ball. Early on, they weren't doing it. You see Chevy Troutman stealing the ball, going in for a layup, another turnover that led to a bucket. They were not taking care of the ball. Well, they start taking care of the ball, guys get open, they start lighting it up from the outside, which actually helped them beat Rutgers, was their outside shooting to open up the middle. So now it's all clicking for the Nittany Lions. They have to continue to take care of the ball.
And Travis Parker has been given Penn State a huge lift. He leads the Nittany Lions with 12 points and now guarding Troutman. Tough assignment. You can see how strong Siobhan is.
And Troutman gets really deep in the paint, and it's pretty hard to stop him then. Look at Penn State late. Since they start out 1 for 5, they go 9 for 16. That's what they got to do to stay in this game.
Krauser, a little globetrotter behind the back. Tipped out of bounds by Marlon Smith.
Great job Penn State getting back on transition defense. That hurt them last year at Pitt. They were not getting back, and Krauser was just running. It was like a horse race out there.
Carl now going to his left against Claxton. Kicks it out to Troutman for 3.
How about that? Not only can he mix it up in the paint, but he can step outside.
This is a guy who's 240 pounds, though, Brian.
Exactly right. That's tough to guard when you know he's going to go out there and shoot the 3. I mean, he's multifaceted. Penn State's got to have an answer for him if they want to have a chance to win this game.
So that Penn State lead was short-lived. They now trail by 8. That's how quickly Pitt can turn things around. Krauser out to Graves. Antonio, the slick one, inside to McCarroll. Turnover. And we got a foul.
Just like a foul on Krauser. Penn State that time dodged the bullet. They had a switch, and there was a mismatch. Marlon Smith is guarding McCarroll. That's why that lob went in there. Luckily for the Nittany Lions, it wasn't completed. But when they're doing a lot of screens up high for Krauser, Penn State's got to do a good job of hedging, and the guard's got to get either underneath it or around it.
Claxton, the freshman from West Haven, Connecticut, misses the free throw, and back come the Panthers. Troutman working against Parker. He kicks it out to Krauser for 3. Yes.
If Krauser can get that 3-pointer going, the Nittany Lions are in trouble.
10-0 run for Pittsburgh.
As you can see early on, what they were doing was whoever's guarding Krauser, the defender would go and dig out if the ball went inside. Now they're going to have to play him honest.
Carl Krauser with 11 points. 41-30. Pittsburgh, the 12th ranked team in the country. Mikey Walker off the glass. And I think he called it.
I think he was trying to hit that off the glass. But what I like about it, he got fouled, but he didn't make any gesticulations. He just played the game. That's a leader. That's a potential leader right there, Mike.
One of the things that Ed DeChellis talked about, he said, I need somebody to step up. And so far, Walker stepped up, and certainly Travis Parker has stepped up.
Look at Mikey Walker right now battling with McCarroll, who's 5 or 6 inches taller.
Oh, Claxton.
How about that, Mike? Gary Claxton is struggling on the offensive end, but he has been a spark plug for the Nittany Lions on the defensive end. He's not letting his offensive game affect his total game. That's pretty mature for a freshman.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, a real special feature on Siobhan Troutman and why he is one of the best players in the country in the Big East.
And there's, like we said, there's some NFL guys hunting him down.
Marlon Smith.
Big shot by the sophomore.
Huge 3.
Penn State doesn't look intimidated by the number 12 team, Mike.
They certainly don't. 1:15 remaining here in the first half. Pittsburgh 41, Penn State 35.
You know, Coach DeChellis talked about team defense, and that's what's gotten them back in the game. They've been taking care of the ball. Travis Parker, who had a bad game against Georgetown, seems to have stepped up and shaken off that bad game because he's really been the leader.
Graves gets double-teamed and then called for the charge.
Another trait of an Ed DeChellis team. He wants them to be stepping in, taking charges, and taking the momentum away from the Pitt Panthers. And the key to getting that charge, moving your feet. Look at Marlon Smith. First, second effort. Again, you got to fall. If he doesn't fall, he doesn't get that charge.
Good call by the officials today, led by Tim Higgins, and Brian O'Connell also working here along with Will Bush. Danny Morrissey.
Kevin Fellows getting caught for a moving screen. You got to give him at least a step before you kind of throw that hip into him. Kevin Fellows is a guy who you want to have on your team. He doesn't get as much time as he would like, but he's always positive. He's always helping out his teammates.
Good coach Jamie Dixon working the sideline, calling out a play for his team. We're under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Krauser trying to make something happen. The field general. Oh, what a pass to Troutman. It doesn't go in, and that's a break for Penn State, too. Let's see, especially if they can capitalize. Here's Parker for three.
Penn State's got to get back on defense. That was a great look for Travis Parker. The crowd would have gone crazy if he'd made that.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here's Ramon. Yes!
Big shot by Ramon.
Huge shot.
Wow. Penn State takes a little wind out of their sail. Doing a good job. They had a chance to come down and hit a three, cut the lead. Instead, Ramon comes down, and he's wide open. Penn State's got to get back, recognize that they had plenty of time to get down there. Mikey Walker maybe wants to put a hand up to contest that shot.
And the first thing that officials look at this year is the clock, 0.0, to make sure that that is good. So Pittsburgh, number 12 in the country, with a 9-point lead over Penn State. Back with halftime activities after this.
You see us as athletes, but first and foremost, we're students. We go to class, study, do term papers, take exams, and then we watch game film, go to practice and lift weights. We graduate with distinguished degrees and get good jobs. We're doctors, teachers, and engineers. We work in high finance and community service. Sports is the means to an end. We are student athletes, the future civic leaders of America.
Must be strong. Every stitch as important as the next. Every new piece must blend with the past to come together for one common goal. Nets Hawks. Pre-game tonight at 6:30 only on Yes.
Get lost.
I'm sorry?
Get lost?
Get lost. What's it to you?
What's it to you? Buzz off.
What's it to you?
Buzz off. Ah, who wants to know? Get lost. Buzz off. Buzz off. Get lost. Who wants to know?
If you're worried about identity theft.
So, how do you know that you mind your own beeswaxes?
Through the take-a-hikes.
Now you can bank safer. With every Citibank account, you can now get help from an identity theft specialist.
On the next This Week in Football, we'll get you set for the Jets' huge game against Pittsburgh with quarterback Chad Pennington and Steelers head coach Bill Cowher. Plus a conversation with Ravens consultant Jim Fossil.
On the next This Week in Football, tonight after the Nets postgame only on Yes.
Call now.
Nobody likes me. Nobody. Maybe it's because I like to attack people. Men, women, kids. I can reduce them to weak, stammering, confused, scared imitations of their former selves. If they don't stop me, I just might leave them that way for life. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
What could possibly make IO Digital Cable Service, Optimum Online, or Optimum Voice even better? Introducing the Optimum Store Online, exclusively for Cablevision customers. The online destination for the latest electronics to help you get the most out of your Optimum services. You'll find HD TVs, cordless phones, digital cameras, wireless routers, MP3 players, and more. Enter now to win a 42-inch Philips Plasma TV at OptimumStore.com. It's all just a click away.
It is halftime here at the Bryce Jordan Center. Number 12, Pittsburgh. So many stars on the squad, but none shine brighter than their number 2. Siobhan Troutman leads the number 12 Pittsburgh Panthers in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Stats, however, not the most important things he brings to the table. The 6'7" senior's best quality, he is a tried and true winner.
He does so many things. I mean, here's a guy that's won 3 Big East championships in his 3 years. He won high school state championships. He's won everywhere he's been. He guards the best player on the team. It can be a 2, it can be a 3. He can guard Okafor as well, which is what he did last year. So the other thing that's so great about him is he can guard. He's a great guy sticking with somebody or putting them on somebody, but he's also a great help defender as well, and he's a great team defender. So that's a tough deal.
Troutman isn't blessed with a ton of natural athletic ability. His game is more of a throwback to the days of old, where hard work and positive leadership were the keys to achieving greatness.
This place should be, real physical, great defender, build up his energy, the willing to win, and just play hard and try to win every game.
The Panthers have won their first 6 games and have held opposing teams to just barely over 53 points a game by playing swarming and aggressive defense. This team is brimming with confidence. Following the lead of Siobhan Troutman, they are ready to make a swing at winning it all in March.
We have a really good team right now, and it's progressing every day in practice, and we're definitely, I feel like we definitely have a shot to go on another run.
And we'll have a lot more coming up at halftime from the Bryce Jordan Center. Pittsburgh versus Penn State. See you after the break.
First ever G6.
You see us as athletes, but first and foremost, we're students. We go to class, study, do term papers, take exams, and then we watch game film, go to practice and lift weights. We graduate with distinguished degrees and get good jobs. We're doctors, teachers, and engineers. We work in high finance and community service. Sports is the means to an end. We are student athletes, the future civic leaders of America.
On an all-new Bex Presents Center Stage, Bronx bomber Gary Sheffield.
I've been through a lot of controversy and a lot of things brought up about me this year, but I'll tell you the straight truth.
Bex Presents Center Stage premieres tomorrow at 9.
Only on Yes.
Like snowflakes, every dream is different, which is why at Infinity's limited engagement winter event, there's a different Infinity for every dream. Like the new G35 sedan with available intelligent all-wheel drive. See your Infinity dealer for exceptional limited time offers. But don't wait too long, because like snowflakes, Infinity's limited engagement won't last forever.
One look is all it takes. The Samsung LCD television with picture-enhancing DNIE technology. It's hard to take your eyes off it. Experience the power within. Samsung.
New York Football Sunday is the only live post-game show spotlighting New York football. Sundays, join the Yes Network team for analysis and on-location interviews immediately after the last game. That's NYFS, tomorrow after the Jets game, only on Yes.
It is halftime here at the Bryce Jordan Center. Mike Adamley along with Brian Allen. Glad you could join us for this Big Ten Big East showdown. You know, over the years, Big East has become synonymous with college basketball. They got 3 teams in the top 15, but the couple took a couple of hits this past week.
Yeah, you start off with number 4 Syracuse. They take a hit against Oklahoma State. They'll probably drop in the poll. You got UConn, the defending national champion. They lose a big one to UMass. And then if you look at what's going on today, you got Pitt. If Coach Ed DeCharles has anything to say about it, he'd like to make it a hat trick.
Well, everybody's excited in Pittsburgh. You know, they're 6-0 in basketball, but their team is also going to a BCS Bowl. They're going to the Fiesta Bowl to play Utah, and they're very excited about that. Coach Walt Harris has done an amazing job.
Yeah, Mike, you really have to be happy for Coach Harris. They had a slow start. They lost the game to UConn. They almost lost to Furman, and then they win 5 of their last 6 games, and they're going to the Fiesta Bowl, and I think they have some great momentum going into the Fiesta Bowl. They may shock Utah.
They were 8-3, and they've got a great quarterback in Tyler Polka, who could probably match Utah's Adam Smith. It's going to be a big, big day for the Pitt Panthers, and we've got a lot more action to come here from the Bryce Jordan Center. We'll have halftime highlights just ahead, so stay with us.
Hyundai's done it again. This time it's the hot-selling Hyundai Elantra, winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Quality Award. And now the Elantra has been named winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Value Award. Best-in-class value, best-in-class quality. Backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Hurry to your local Hyundai dealer for an Elantra starting at just $13,394. Hyundai, win. Get a Hyundai Elantra with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% APR.
What's on your mind? In your head? In your heart? What will you find? What will it mean? For tomorrow? For forever? What will you be? Who will you be? How you begin to know? The University of Pittsburgh.
In the 2003 New York blackout, a man used the light from his Palm One handheld to navigate a 26th-floor stairwell. He paused on the 8th for a game of Tetris. The Tungsten E handheld. Simply amazing.
Excuse me, are you happy with the service you're getting from your stockbroker?
Oh, sure. I love feeling like a small fish in a big pond.
Service? What's that?
I started investing for myself online at TD Waterhouse. They follow up when I have a question, and they actually make me feel important.
At TD Waterhouse, their investment consultants will give you the attention you deserve, no matter what size your portfolio is. You can do this. Switch to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to Schwab and higher-priced brokers like Merrill Lynch.
We raise the bar on design. We push the limits of performance. Now, every great story deserves a happy ending. It's Nissan's National Year-End Event. Get year-end deals like $1,500 cash back on the Altima. That's $1,500 cash back on the 05 Altima with a stylish new interior. Hurry to your Nissan dealer while the story continues, because this event ends January 3rd.
Hey, John, I just emailed the changes.
Honey, can you find a restaurant for Friday?
And look at that email from the client.
Hey, Dad, I drew a picture of Mom.
By the way, those revisions look great.
The Trio smartphone by Palm One. Simply amazing. Wireless plan required.
Big East basketball versus Big Ten basketball here at the Bryce Jordan Center in Penn State. Nittany Lions trailing the Pitt Panthers in a game that a lot of people thought was going to be a blowout, but it's been anything but, Brian Allen.
It definitely started out that way. Penn State not taking care of the ball. Pitt goes right, takes it right to him. You see Chevy Troutman getting the steal. Big guy with great hands, getting out, running the floor, slam dunk. And, of course, we all know that he's a great rebounder. Krauser has to miss. Troutman's there. No one gets a body on him. 2 easy buckets. The good thing for Penn State, Travis Parker, he's been rebounding like a madman. He really got Penn State excited. He can also shoot the 3. He's another inside-out guy, just like Gary Claxton. Penn State doing a good job of not panicking, Mike. They kept their composure. They buckled down. They played great team defense, which led to great team offense, making the passes, and they got themselves back in the game.
And Coach Ed Ditchell is hoping that continues. And when we come back, take a look at this man, because we're going to take a trip in the time machine and see what he looked like in 1989.
This wasn't in the contract.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I tried to tell you, genius.
I can't believe I'm in this situation. We're not having fun anymore.
I'm feeling your pain.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, look at me. We all make mistakes.
Told you about the tires, huh?
Yeah. Should have gotten Cooper.
Buying tires is a big decision. Next time, get everything you want. Cooper Tires. Don't give up a thing.
Big Ten fans embody the spirit of college basketball.
They support their favorite teams and conference with passion and loyalty.
Their knowledge in class helps set the Big Ten apart from the rest.
So do your part the next time you cheer from the stands.
Show good sportsmanship and respect the fans, the officials,
and the great tradition that is Big Ten basketball.
Big Ten basketball. Good sports make great fans.
It began with the original wave radio. Popular science called it a sonic marvel, and the San Francisco Chronicle said it must be heard to be believed. Now, we've engineered it to a whole new standard. Introducing the new Bose Wave Music System. The new Wave Music System reproduces 1/2 octave lower musical notes. It delivers even greater instrument clarity and definition. And it plays MP3 CDs as well as conventional CDs. There are no buttons. Just use the convenient credit card style remote control. Call now to order what may well become the primary music system in your home. Be sure to ask about our 30-day risk-free trial and our new payment plan that lets you use your own major credit card to make low monthly payments with no interest charges from Bose. Order now and shipping is free. So call today to experience the new Bose Wave Music System.
At a department store, you can get an elegant 100% wool suit for $299.99. K&G has 100% wool suits that look just as stylish for 1/3 of that. Really. K&G has incredible savings on a wide range of fashions 7 days a week. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
It's halftime here at the Bryce Jordan Center, and let's go back into the Wayback Machine.
Oh, man. This could be painful.
This is Brian Allen, 2004.
This
and way back.
Oh,
Brian
wow.
Allen, 1986. What I like is the mustache,
cheesy mustache. Oh,
you
that
look
hurts.
like Dark Gable, and you had hair. And so did Ed DeChellis.
How about that? See, this is what coaching does to you. You lose your hair, you go gray. I feel his pain.
But he was successful at East Tennessee State.
Yeah. For the record, mine is voluntary.
Okay. I won't argue. Penn State with the ball to start the second half. They trail number 12 Pittsburgh by 9, 44-35.
Mike, you know the first 5 minutes is so important in a basketball game. Penn State's got to come out and take it right to the Pittsburgh Panthers. Pittsburgh has to make sure they know that Penn State's going to make a run and buckle down also.
That's not the way to start a run with a turnover. Claxton throws the ball away as we take a look at the first half statistics. Couple of big runs by both teams. Field goal percentage for Penn State, obviously one of the keys.
Right now, you know, the big surprise for me is Penn State is even on the boards. I was really surprised by that. The coaches did concentrate on it, but sometimes it doesn't carry over into the game.
Fast break points also a big differential there between the Panthers and the Nittany Lions. Turnaround shot by Taft off the back of the rim. Rebound Penn State. Here comes Marlon Smith. Leading scorer Travis Parker. Walker from downtown.
Mikey does a great job of, first of all, let's credit Marlon Smith with seeing that Mikey Walker was open. Mikey Walker did a great job of catching, squaring up, getting his legs underneath him, and shooting.
44-38, and Krauser might do well to find Siobhan Troutman because he led the Panthers in the first half with 13 points.
That's a good call. That's a good call by William Bush. Marlon Smith not moving his feet that time like he did in the first half to get that charge. He bodied him up. Krauser's strong. This is how he makes his living. Krauser at the foul line. See, Marlon Smith recognizes that Mike Walker's wide open. That's well within his range. Mikey gets great elevation on that jump shot, too.
Doesn't have quite the follow away, but he's got that standstill movement that Rick Mount used to have from Purdue. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about Wayback machines.
Exactly. Exactly. Good call.
(47-38) Panthers.
Yeah, Mikey Walker can shoot that. He must have been listening.
Eventually, Carl Krauser is going to have to get up in his face.
Yeah, exactly right.
He dared Mike Walker to take that shot.
And give the freshman credit for saying, hey, if you're going to not respect my jump shot, I got to give it back.
Well, Krauser's going to get it back himself. I'm going to get a little closer. I'm going to get a little rim action, but I'm going to get the three myself.
Two heavyweights going toe-to-toe.
Speaking of heavyweights going toe-to-toe, Johnson Hojo against Chris Taft.
Chris Taft did a great job of not fouling Aaron Johnson. I think, you know, what's amazing, Chris Taft is such a great shot blocker, but he only has 5 fouls this year. That means he's playing smart defense.
And a blocking foul on Pittsburgh. On Carl Krauser, I believe.
Carl Krauser a little frustrated. Watch him. You know, he's a little embarrassed by the freshman, so, you know, he makes a little face. He's probably, look, talking to Mikey Walker, trying to psych him out. Mikey Walker says, you know what, I'm going to throw it in to Hojo, see what he can do.
Travis Parker threw the ball away. He expected Marlon Smith to cut the other direction.
Again, Penn State got to do a better job of taking care of the ball if they expect to win this game. I think
those are two young, new players to this Penn State lineup, and they'll learn.
Yeah, that'll come with playing together, some more touches. Look for Pitt to just try to pound it inside the Troutman. Penn State has not shown that they can stop him.
Nittany Lions down by 7. Troutman with the ball inside the Taft. Turnaround, jump hook. Nothing but net. And that was over Aaron Johnson. And you can expect Pittsburgh to go to Chris Taft a little more. Boy, Walker is on fire. He's got the feel. He's got the touch. He can't miss right now. Like Jerry McNamara from Syracuse a couple years ago.
Jerry McNamara, another tough freshman, takes him to the national championship. I don't think that's going to happen for Mikey Walker this year. He will lead them to the promised land eventually, though.
Taft again.
Chris Taft stepping up.
And that's Pittsburgh's 1-2 punch. If Siobhan's a little off, this one was from our seats. That's a little too far away. Coach DeChellis has to tell Mike, come on, within reason.
Yeah, you know, it's a fine line to walk because he is feeling it. It is within his, he can actually make that shot, but you might want to grind it out a little bit, make Pittsburgh work, maybe tire him out on the defensive end.
Troutman all alone, but there was a reason why.
Pushing off, Travis Parker. Travis is doing a good job of moving his feet, getting a hand in the passing lane. Chevy Troutman moved him out.
Another thing to keep in mind as we look at the score, 54-46. Pittsburgh's held their opponents to under 56 points per game this season.
I think that may be broken today.
Could go by the boards. Penn State playing extremely well.
They're playing with poise, Mike. That's what the coaches got to like.
Nice strip there by Ronald Ramon.
Sign a good team. Guys stepping up. First half, it was Travis Parker. Right now, you see Mikey Walker. He's stepping up, hitting the jump shot. Penn State saying, you know, this young guy, he's going to make us very happy in the next 3 years.
First ever G6.
College basketball fans, get ready for the 2005 Big East Women's Basketball Championship. March 5th through the 8th at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. See all 12 Big East women's basketball teams battle for the Big East Championship Tournament title. For tickets and more information, call 860-525-4500. That's 860-525-4500. Or log on to Ticketmaster.com.
Call now. Superstar Jessica Simpson has something special for you this Christmas. Rejoice, the Christmas album, new from Jessica Simpson. Her first ever Christmas album makes the perfect gift.
Oh, holy night, The stars are brightly shining.
Featuring 11 of her favorite songs, including Let It Snow, Oh Holy Night, duets with husband Nick Lachey and her sister Ashley, and more. New from Jessica Simpson, Rejoice, the Christmas album. It's too good to wait till Christmas. Also available, the Reality Tour Live DVD. Call the number on your screen to order Jessica Simpson's new album, Rejoice, or the Reality Tour Live DVD, and receive a free Jessica Simpson poster as a bonus. Order now.
Back here at the Bryce Jordan Center, Penn State trailing Pittsburgh by 8. Now let's take a look at our Pontiac game-changing performance. And Brian, this could be bad news for Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State spent the first half worrying about Siobhan Troutman. Taft's starting to light it up a little bit. You know, we went to the commercial with Mikey Walker stepping up in the second half. Taft is doing the same thing, and Penn State's got to have an answer for the Taft-Chevy Troutman combination.
Taft, the sophomore forward from Brooklyn, New Jersey, is the Big East Freshman of the Year last season. And many folks consider him the most NBA ready out of all the players that are on the floor right now. Although Jamie Dixon undoubtedly would like to have him for at least one more season. Nice pass inside.
Nice floater by Graves. He did a good job of pulling up because he would have gotten the charge if he'd gone all the way to the basket. You know, I'm not seeing a lot of touches for Hojo. They're not looking inside enough. He's kind of got to get their big men in foul trouble.
Pittsburgh turning up the defensive pressure that we saw in evidence in the Jimmy V Classic Wednesday night against Memphis. Got a jump ball. Carroll and...
Good job by Travis not fouling, yeah. This is not surprising. Pittsburgh getting 28 points in the paint. That's their bread and butter. Krauser is really stepping it up. This could be his best point performance of the season.
And those points in the paint, courtesy of Siobhan Troutman and Chris Taft. Carl Krauser going to take a three over Walker. He got a nice screen. Doesn't go, but Taft right there. Taft again with the follow. Won't go. Here comes Marlon Smith leading the Penn State fast break. Walker all alone. After hitting 3 in a row, he's missed his last 3.
But you got to like the fact that he's going to keep putting it up. I mean, that's just aggressive basketball right there.
But good defense, too, by Antonio Graves. Get those long arms of his in front of him.
Carroll in that scrum on the other end got elbowed in the forehead. All right, this is his own play. Taft hit him in the head with his elbow.
So Taft, I think, is going to take a seat. Aaron Gray, the 7-footer from Emmaus, Pennsylvania, is going to stay in the game.
And Penn State did a great job of staying on the boards there. That was an easy layup for Taft. He's got to finish that.
Along with Levon Kendall, sophomore forward from Vancouver, British Columbia. With all the New York recruits, you wonder how they wound up with a kid from the west coast of Canada. Parker. Let's see if he can.
He got trapped that time. When you get in that deep, you got to take it. You got to try to get a foul on that. He may be trapped. They may even block it, but at least give yourself a chance to get fouled.
And Pittsburgh's 2 big guys, Kendall and Gray, who just came into the game, creating a lot of traffic there and doing a nice job of trapping him. Smith takes his seat. Marlon Smith. Penn State down by 10. 14:08 remaining.
Penn State crowd starting to get into it again. They need a defensive stop. This is the time, Mike, right now that Penn State can take advantage of having both Troutman and Taft on the bench.
Well, now they've got a little quicker team on the floor because of Gray and Kendall. Gray especially, goes about 275. He's got 3 inches on Aaron Johnson. Hojo working against him, throwing up basically a prayer, but Gray gets called for the foul.
You talk about Krauser being a master of drawing the foul. Aaron Johnson, same way. When he gets up on the paint, he has many moves. He can go either left or right. He knew he really didn't have a chance of making it, but he gave himself a chance by putting it up there. Getting this big body, leaning. He lives off that, and he's pretty good at the line also.
Dre did a pretty good job of defending him. I'm surprised he got part of Hojo's body.
Sometimes Aaron Johnson has problems with those goggles. If he takes them on and off, they start to fog up. So the trainer always has to put some anti-fog on there. It's hard to score when you can't see, Mike.
Some of the places that Mike Walker shot from today, I don't think he could see the net from where he was at. Johnson hit the second. Demetrius from long range. Rebound Kendall. Rebound Gray.
See, that's just the case of Penn State being shorter than the big men. I mean, they didn't have a chance. They're outmanned. In situations like that, you really got to get low and push them out of the paint.
Gray, a guy who lost 30 pounds during the offseason, improved his strength-to-weight ratio. Walker with no plan there, lost the ball. Krauser goes coast to coast in the other direction and lays it in.
Yeah, Penn State right now, they got to do a good job of just settling down, regaining the composure, and of course, Coach Ed DeChellis, smart move, calling the timeout.
Ed DeChellis calling the time. Pittsburgh trails 60-47. 12:51 remaining here at the Bryce Jordan Center.
BMW Holiday Sales Drive. Lease the 2005 BMW 525i for $469 a month, only through January 3rd.
Advance Auto Parts. No matter when or where. Advance Auto Parts. Whatever's waiting there around these parts. Trouble doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, bring it on.
I think it's time we knew each other's names.
Whoa, hey. I don't know, cutie.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Jill.
Jill, really? That's pretty.
So, what's yours?
If you're worried about identity theft.
I'm Molly. Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Now you can bank safer.
Child.
With every Citibank account, you can now get help from an identity theft specialist.
This winter, the spark is reignited. The off-season is heating up, and the Yes Network is gathered round the hot stove.
It seemed like a great fit, and after 1 year, the honeymoon is over.
Bob Lorenz, Susan Waldman, and a panel of experts talk Yankees trades, free agents, and rumors.
Here again is another guy whose agent has overpriced him.
Plus, find out which teams are reloading and which teams are unloading.
If you could do things over again, you'd do it differently.
Yankees Hot Stove, presented by Rico, only on Yes.
Number 12, Pittsburgh on top of Penn State in the Big East Big Ten showdown here at State College, Pennsylvania, 60-47 with 12:51 remaining here in the second half. Mike Adamle along with Brian Allen. Glad you could join us. Penn State with a couple of early first half runs kept it close, but they're in danger of letting this one get away, Brian.
Yeah, the key there is, as Coach DeChellis mentioned before the game, is turnovers. They really have to take care of the ball. Pittsburgh is doing a great job of taking those turnovers and converting them into points. And again, another turnover by Penn State.
17-7.
Yeah, and out of those are points off of turnovers, 15 turnovers. At the end of the game, I'm sure the coaching staff for Penn State will not be happy with that.
When they go back to practice next week, that's one thing that Ed DeChellis will harp on, I'm sure. Ronald Ramon, a three-point shot. Won't go. And we've got a foul on Danny Morrissey, I believe.
That time Danny didn't get his body into Demetrius, and Demetrius was able to slap the ball out. Looked like he got undercut. Really got to move your feet and be active when the ball goes up. When it goes up, you can't do anything. You might as well go find whoever you're guarding.
Kendall from three-point range, off the front of the rim. Demetrius over the back of Danny Morrissey, and the Penn State crowd here wanted to foul, and rightfully so.
Yeah, you know what? When you're being aggressive, sometimes you get away with those calls. And right now, Pitt is being the aggressor.
You know what I'm surprised at, too, is that Krauser's still in this guy from three-point range, and you can tell maybe that's why his stroke isn't working. He's been on the court for almost every single minute.
And you know what? I think it's going to be that way all season.
Parker gets a much-needed three for Penn State.
There you go. A 1-2 punch. Mikey Walker, Travis Parker. Good job by both of them.
Penn State at the half-century mark with 11:25 remaining here in the second half. They cut the lead to 10.
Now they got to have a couple defensive stands to give themselves a chance.
Kendall all alone from the corner.
That's their leader, Carl Krauser, stepping up. He struggles sometimes from the field, but when they need a bucket, he gets it.
Parker almost dragged that back foot. Walker has cooled off.
I'm sure in that timeout, Jamie Dixon told those guys, I don't want him getting another jump shot.
Walker against Krauser, going to his left, tries to get it off to Parker. Intercepted by Kendall, and back comes Pittsburgh. Getting double teamed by Walker and Parker all by himself. He is a special player.
And that's way too easy. No one stopped the ball. They were following him, trailing Krauser, but no one stopped the ball. And Krauser's too smart for that. He just took it to the hole. Great play.
Oh, Parker, sweet move, draws the foul.
Got it like that. Travis Parker saying the team's struggling, so he tries to make something happen.
Somebody's got to put the team on their shoulders, on their back, and take over the tempo. Everything going Pittsburgh's way so far, as indicated by this non-call on the foul.
Yeah, there's no replay in the league.
Carl Krauser.
Great shot.
How does the bottle work again?
Well, I fill it with authentic Guinness draft.
Yes.
So we can walk outside.
Yes.
Go down to the Glen.
Yes.
And drink it.
Drink beer at a picnic. Brilliant. What will you think of next?
You know the way you call your mum?
Yes.
Well, I've created a device that lets you talk to her.
Brilliant.
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 Guinness draft straight from the bottle. Enjoy it everywhere.
Brilliant.
The Hyundai Sonata is winning families over. Named highest-ranked entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. That straight-A dedication to initial quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's loaded with standard features, but costs $2,700 less than a Toyota Camry Standard when comparably equipped. So come test drive your Hyundai Sonata, starting at just $15,894. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Hyundai Sonata with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% APR.
AXA Financial Protection, what does it mean?
AXA, they help my father with his investments. AXA, they helped my grandparents when they retired, so I can visit their beach house.
AXA, they're getting my mother life insurance to fit our family's needs.
It's what we do at AXA, and we like to call it financial protection. AXA, be life confident.
Like snowflakes, every dream is different, which is why at Infinity's limited engagement winter event, there's a different Infinity for every dream. Like the Infinity FX with intelligent all-wheel drive. See your Infinity dealer for exceptional limited time offers. But don't wait too long, because like snowflakes, Infinity's limited engagement won't last forever.
Number 12, Pittsburgh on top of Penn State by 14. Ed DeChellis talking to his coaching staff I think he's basically got to be pretty pleased by what he's seen so far, but the one thing that's killing Penn State here in the second half, the amount of turnovers and the turnovers that have turned into Pittsburgh points.
Yeah, that's just a lack of concentration and being aggressive with the ball, taking care of the ball. You don't want any moral victories. What he can take away from this is Penn State is competing. They have 10 minutes, 15 seconds, plenty of time to get back in this game. They haven't laid down yet.
Parker misses the front end.
See Coach Chalice with his, I'll call him the infantryman. You have Kirk Kanaski on the left, great X and O guys. Hillary Scott in the middle and James Johnson on the right, his two big recruiters. Those guys are going to make Penn State a very successful program. You got to admire Coach Chalice for who he hired and why he hired him.
Parker takes a seat after making 1 of 2 free throws.
And they all complement each other well. They work to their strengths, and that, you know, it's just like any team. It's a great coaching staff. Krauser trying to make some things happen.
He has been on the court nearly the entire contest. Ramon for 3, in and out. Walker with the rebound. Here comes Penn State. Nice bounce pass.
Good idea by Mikey Walker. Good idea. I don't think Aaron Johnson was ready for that pass.
Yeah, AJ just said, my bad, my bad.
Because you know what? If he knew it was coming, he would have just used that body to get position, would have had an easy layup.
Brian, one thing Pittsburgh was able to do with Gray and some of the reserves in the game is give Chris Tapper and Wes Morrissey with the three-point shot that they need.
We'll give him that. You know what? He may not have meant to bank it, but it was blocked. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And he's another guy who can light it up quickly like Mikey Walker.
Jamie Dixon now has got the A-team back in the game, which of course is led by Krauser. How did he make that shot?
So dangerous in the paint.
Went to his left, changed hands.
And shot it over a 7-footer.
Watch the soft touch.
Marlon Smith a little frustrated. He's not getting as many looks as he probably would like. But they're really doing a good job of playing defense on him.
Morrissey getting free, throwing up a one-hand, and very, very nice.
How about the poise of the freshman today, Mike? Very impressive.
Morrissey, a freshman from Pepper Pike, Ohio. Mike Walker, a freshman from outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Danny Morrissey actually spent his last couple years at the IMG Academy in Florida. It's a great program down there. Oftentimes we'd see Anna Kournikova down there, he says.
that can't be good for your basketball game.
Lose concentration. That's
among other things.
Penn State needs another stop here, Mike. They need to stop to get back in this game.
8:35 remaining, and Penn State down 10.
Plenty of time. Running set play.
Antonio Graves going to his left over Claxton and Fellows. A good drive, but not our BMW ultimate drive of the game. This was that. Carl Krauser, who has done it all this afternoon like he's done in much of the Panthers' 6 victories prior to today. Fighting, hustling, changing direction.
That was crucial play at a crucial time. Krauser, who's only about 6 feet tall, shooting it over 7-foot Kevin Fellows, having no fear. So dangerous in the paint.
23 points on the afternoon. 11 of 16 shooting. And the minutes, I don't think he sat down to take a break yet. Maybe once.
Krauser, he's one of those guards. There's a lot of guards around the country. Coaches just do not like them coming out of the game, like Chris Thomas in Notre Dame. They're the leaders out there. It's like having another coach. And if he's not tired, if you can utilize the timeouts, why bring him out?
Marlon Smith in the forest, in the trees. Give him Gutty move inside, and one more look at the way that the man does it. Carl Krauser, maybe the best complete player in America.
The
Cooper Xeon 2XS Ultra High Performance Tire. Made to perform on the skid pad, the slalom, the track, and in the real world. Cooper tires don't give up a thing.
BMW Holiday Sales Drive. Lease the 2005 BMW 325i for $299 a month, only through January 3rd.
We raise the bar on design. We push the limits of performance. Now, every great story deserves a happy ending. It's Nissan's National Year-End event. Get year-end deals like $1,500 cash back on the Altima. That's $1,500 cash back on the 05 Altima with a stylish new interior. Hurry to your Nissan dealer while the story continues, because this event ends January 3rd.
One look is all it takes. The Samsung LCD television with picture-enhancing DNIE technology. It's hard to take your eyes off it. Experience the power within. Samsung.
The Big East versus the Big Ten. Pittsburgh versus Penn State. Here at the Bryce Jordan Center at State College, Pennsylvania. I'm Mike Adamley along with Brian Allen. Pittsburgh with a 68-56 lead over the Penn State Nittany Lions, and the man of the hour for actually all afternoon long, Krauser, 25 points to lead the way. Siobhan Troutman, the leader in rebounds, and Krauser's also got 5 assists to go with his 23 points.
Penn State had a set play out of that timeout, and Marlon Smith was not able to deliver. You know, we talked about Siobhan Troutman going out and Penn State trying to take advantage. They didn't take advantage of Chevy being on the bench.
Actually, on the bench is Penn State's leading scorer, Travis Parker. Not in the lineup right now, but he has given this team a huge lift and some of the leadership that Coach Ed DeShellis was looking for.
Yeah, Travis Parker, you know, he's a JUCO player. Penn State hadn't seen that in a while, and he's doing what they expected of him today. He didn't do it against Georgetown, but you got to admire the way he came back, wasn't down on himself, and he's produced a good game for Penn State Nittany Lions. And with 7:26 to go in the game, he's ready to come in on the next break. Chris Taft with that patented move away from the bucket, little sky hook. Well, can't stop that. Yeah, what Kevin Fellows has to do is say, he's done that 3 times. Let me make him do something else. Let me play that left shoulder and make him go with his left hand, see what he can do that way.
Great point.
They're not making him work down there if he can keep doing those jump hooks.
First long-range shot of the day for Marlon Smith, and couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, Penn State tying the number of points that Pittsburgh has given up this season. No one has gotten more than 59 points against Pitt. So with 6:40 left, 11 points, that's nothing, especially with the 3-point line.
That was actually Marlon's third. He's 3 for 3 from 3-point range.
Yeah, and I mentioned that he's a little frustrated, but he's just going to keep putting it up. Let's credit Danny Morrissey and Howard Johnson stepping in, blocking his path, and that's a big roadblock. Danny Morris is disrupting, trying to get the ball. That's good team defense by the Nittany Lions.
Krauser looked like Jerome Bettis going through the line. Ball tucked under both hands. Defenders flying off his body.
But he ran into the steel curtain, otherwise known as Aaron Johnson.
Marlon Smith looking to go to the hoop. Had the ball stripped from him, but Dan Morrissey there. Shot clock down to 2.
I think that might have hit the rim.
Yeah, I think it might have hit the rim. Is saying.
Tim Higgins, William Bush discussing it. That's good refereeing right there.
Get it right. Get it right. Don't be stubborn. Get it right.
Let's take a look. I think it might even hit the rim twice. Yep, Aaron Johnson tipping it.
That's right.
That gave him plenty of time. I think they're probably going to look at the monitors.
But was the Aaron Johnson tip before the shot clock?
Yes, it was. Yep. The second time he went up, it was after the buzzer, but the first time it was before.
Here's a better look. Watch the clock at the top of the screen. Yeah.
There's still 1 second.
Yep.
It's good. Let's give the referees some credit for stopping, looking at the replay. They want to make the right call. It's an 11-point game. This could be crucial for Penn State. They need every possession. Yeah. Tough shot by Danny Morrissey.
And again, at the top of your screen, you can see
that the one was still there. And you see the trajectory of the ball change when Aaron tapped it in.
Well, Tim Higgins consulting with Will Bush. Bush was on the left with the headset on. They're going to take a look at it one more time to check out the top of the screen. Look at the shot clock again.
Top right hand.
There it is right there.
There's 2. There's 1. Aaron Johnson has already hit the rim. The one's still there. I think they got to give the ball to Penn State.
And I believe that's what Tim Higgins just told Coach Jamie Dixon.
Oh, he might even called a goaltending. Let's give those studs in the truck some credit for helping
but when the stat sheet, the final stat sheet comes out, ESPN's
got to get an assist.
Exactly. Well, that's the way that the system was designed to work. And give all the credit to the referees. That might have lit Pitt's fire too, though. Let's put these guys away. And guess what? Penn State over the 60 mark. First time all season that Pitt has given up more than 60 points. West Virginia on top of Coppin State. Michigan a winner over South Florida in the Big Ten. Purdue by 1 over Colorado State in Gene Katie's final season. And the Golden Gophers beat Central Michigan. This changed in a hurry at halftime in the second half, I should say. Kentucky, number 11 in the country, on top of Indiana Big, and Illinois, the top-ranked team in the country, over Oregon.
I'm a little jealous you got to do that Illinois game because they are fun to watch.
They sure are. Arizona, a winner.
Taft did a good job of blocking that shot.
Troutman.
It was a great job by Taft blocking the shot where they could get a fast break, not blocking it out of bounds. It led to a big play by Siobhan Troutman.
And he walked right into the Penn State band section and said, "How do you like me now?"
And, you know, that's actually a little uncharacteristic. Troutman's kind of like quiet. So, you know, the fact that Penn State's playing them so close, they thought they were going to come in and just walk all over. That's a great try by Danny Morrissey to step in and get that charge.
You know, this is what not said about the Pittsburgh team much. We talk about its talent, the great front court, how great Krauser is. They are a very disciplined team. You don't see a lot of trash talkers out there.
Not at all. And if they do it subtly. Larry Bird-like. Coach Dixon calling a 30-second timeout.
Pittsburgh with a 75-61 lead and 5:13 remaining. Jamie Dixon, last year's Big East Coach of the Year in just his rookie season.
Jamie Dixon, you know, this is his second year. He gets Coach of the Year, his rookie season in the Big Ten. He has done a great job of continually Pitt tradition, and he's also a good company as starting as a head coach, going from assistant. Look at the names on that list: Bill Guthridge at UNC, Mike Davis, Roy Williams. All of those except Stan Heath got the job with the same school. Stan Heath was at Kent State, actually went to Arkansas.
Dixon obviously inherited a lot of talent, but you can see that his imprint is on this Pittsburgh team.
Yeah, and you know what? And you got to give his staff credit, especially those guys going into New York City and stealing from St. John's.
You're called Joe Lombardi, Pat Sandel, 2 of his assistants.
Rowerson is another one. He's really that connection in New York.
Hojo working inside, gets it swatted away. It draws the foul.
You know what's been surprising to me is Gary Claxton on the offensive end. I mean, he's definitely been there defensively, but he hasn't scored today like he usually does. He's a slasher. He gets tip ins. He's really struggled today. Steps in and hit that free throw, though. If you're going to build a basketball body, that's the body you want to build. Long wingspan. Jumps out of the gym.
He's got a bright future along with the kid that's standing behind him, Danny Walker and Danny Morrissey and Mike Walker.
Claxton, his coach did a great job of preparing him for Division I basketball. He's a sleeper. He's the kind of kid that Penn State needs. Not a lot of people are after him, but he shows up and he just wrecks shop.
Claxton going for the steal. Almost picked it off. Troutman inside decides to kick it out.
Good job, Penn State, giving a second and third effort. Now they got to give a fourth.
Krauser looking for the bounce pass, gets the ball back after it bounces off a Penn State player's knee. Turnover, Pittsburgh, though. Here comes Mike Walker. Inside to Hojo. Over Troutman off the glass. Count it.
Two big bodies banging inside.
75-65. Penn State not going away.
That 4-possession game.
4 minutes remaining.
Couple Mikey Walker, Travis Parker threes.
They could go in one of those 10-0 first half runs they had.
Yeah, I think Penn State, they're playing with a little chip on their shoulder.
Oh! Krauser never saw Walker come from behind. Talk about great hustle. Mikey Walker stripping Krauser the ball. Now they've got to turn this into points. Hojo.
Great job.
Troutman, but the block is on Taft. The foul on Taft, I believe.
Hojo had nowhere to go, but he did a great job taking up strong. How about this for freshman leadership? Mikey Walker
counting on his
Krauser going. He's tired of him driving on him. Blocks the shot. Leads to another chance for Penn State.
First ever G6.
You see us as athletes, but first and foremost, we're students. We go to class, study, do term papers, take exams, and then we watch game film, go to practice and lift weights. We graduate with distinguished degrees and get good jobs. We're doctors, teachers, and engineers. We work in high finance and community service. Sports is the means to an end. We are student athletes, the future civic leaders of America.
This free DVD shows you how Bowflex's Tread Climber lets you burn calories in half the time that it takes on other equipment. Call for yours now. You need to see this free DVD.
Tread Climber lets me get an amazingly effective cardio workout in 30 minutes. It's quick, it's easy, and it makes me feel great. And it's compact enough to fit anywhere in my home.
Tread Climber combines the walking motion of a treadmill with the stepping motion of an elliptical. So really, you do twice the work in one easy motion.
It's really easy to do. It feels sort of like walking in sand.
Plus, it's low impact, which keeps my knees feeling great.
I know I have to take care of myself now if I want to look younger and feel younger. If you're like us, you'll never want to waste your time on a treadmill again. Tread Climber simply produces results. Call right now for your free DVD. It shows you why the Bowflex Tread Climber burns calories and works your heart faster and easier than any other cardio product on the market today.
Today's game is brought to you by BMW and the BMW 3 Series with all-wheel drive. And by Cooper Tires, proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing. Well, Penn State may be down by 10, but they haven't given up a thing against Pittsburgh. They have stayed in this game until the very end. 3:38 remaining. Very impressed by what a lot of their newcomers have done. And their old veterans like this man, Hojo, Aaron Johnson.
Doing a good job battling inside. We knew that was going to be the case today. He comes to play every game. Coach Gonzalez never has to worry about whether Aaron Johnson is going to compete.
Not only has Penn State become the first team to score over 60 points against Pittsburgh this year, that was their 67th right there. They're actually out-rebounding the Panthers this afternoon, a team that has out-bounded their opponents all year long. Yeah, if he'd bet me at the beginning of the game, I would have said no way, just because of the size of the Pitt Panthers. I didn't think Penn State would be able to hang with them on the boards. But you know what? I think this may be a situation, Mike, where Pittsburgh got into town yesterday. They didn't practice. They didn't have shooting practice this afternoon. Don't you think Coach Gonzalez said, hey, these guys aren't taking you seriously? Maybe a little fire under the Nittany line and say, hey, you know, you can't come to our house and think we're just going to lay down. And you got to give the Nittany Lions credit for battling there in the paint when they are undermanned inside. And you're going to give the Panthers credit, too, because their defense, as always, even though they've given up 60 points today more, they've been outstanding. The Cooper Tire defensive play of the game. The steal by Siobhan Troutman. And Levon Kendall there. Everybody's a star when it comes to defense for Pittsburgh. Jamie Dixon demands it. Yeah, you can't give that award to just one Pitt player. You got to give it to the whole team because they have done an impressive job of team defense. Well, if you like college basketball, it is hard not to fall in love with the play of Carl Krauser. Exactly right. He's a gamer. He's not a 3-o'clocker. I don't want to steal from Dickie V, but he's a PTPer. And I do that with the utmost respect. Demetrius before the shot clock. No. Great defensive stand by the Nittany. And look at Travis Parker exhorting the fans, get behind us, baby. We're in this thing. And, you know, Penn State fans, yes, they want to see a win, but they also just want to see good competitive basketball. Timeout. Okay, I'll to a point. They want to see a win. I don't want to hear that stuff. They're here to see a win. They want to see the shocker here in State College. And there will be a rush to the floor if Penn State can pull this off. They're down by 8. That's nothing. Big Ten basketball, Big East basketball, it's nothing. A couple breaks. Aaron Johnson has a chance to cut the lead with no time running off the clock. I can't believe you said that. Hey. You want the win, man. Hey, I'm just trying to be objective here, Mike. Just trying to be objective. Johnson missed the chance to cut the lead to 7. Really strong. Krauser has the ball stripped away, but it's knocked out of bounds. Ball to Pittsburgh. Carl Krauser, highest point total of the season, 25 points, 11 for 18. Yeah, Penn State's got to adjust to him driving. That's no secret. He likes to drive. Let him shoot that jump shot. Aaron Johnson was 16. That was, yeah. I mean, Krauser only has 2 3-pointers. If I'm Penn State, I'm playing him for the drive. I play off of him. Make him beat us with the jump shot. Antonio Graves with the last 2-pointer. Putting Pitt up by 10 one more time. Johnson working hard against Taft. Draws the foul. I don't think Chris likes that. He's got a great big wingspan, too, at 6'10", and just trying to front him as best he can. Sure does. And I'm just amazed, by the way, Aaron Johnson can get his shot off or draw a foul. One or the other. He's got so many moves. That's a big league move to be able to hook your elbow around the defender like that, too. Uses his body so well. And Taft, I'm sure, is frustrated because he knows Aaron Johnson has the up and under, the pump fake. Felt like he didn't get a body on him, but it was a legitimate call. Right now, they're trying to decide if it was on the floor or in the bonus. Taft, like I mentioned before, Mike, for somebody who's a shot blocker and so aggressive, he does a good job of staying out of foul trouble, which last year he had problems with. Maybe that's just maturity. A.J. having trouble with his free throws. And that one bounces off the front of the rim. Boy, guy in a position to keep Penn State in this game, and they're missing some crucial free throws here down the stretch.
Yeah, and they're free for a reason. You got to take advantage of that.
Another rim ringer.
I think, you know, with the way Penn State has been out rebounding Pitt, the difference is going to be turnovers and free throws.
Walker wanted the push off, but it was clear that Carl got the first step and Mikey a step behind. He draws the foul.
You know, maybe it's a situation where Mikey needs to give him one extra step. Good training ground.
Against the best. Under 2 minutes. Pitt with a 10-point lead. Penn State has played their tails off this afternoon here in State College. Yeah,
Gary Claxton bailed out Graves. Graves had nowhere to go. The fan is throwing an airplane onto the court.
And I think they were looking for the carry.
Yeah, if you look at that, he never takes the ball and changes the trajectory of the ball. So that was a legal play.
Exactly. Graves going to line in an attempt to give the Panthers more cushion. One thing Jamie Dixon knows and found out last year is that it's tough to get your team up game after game after game. They were 18-0 at one point during the season. Nowadays in college basketball, you're not going to see any Indiana runs like they had in 1976.
Or the UNLV in the early 90s. They need to get a shot off here.
Smith wide open, needed to take it right away. Still gets it to go. Marlon Smith, Penn State calls a timeout.
I think Penn State, Coach Tuchelis strategizing. They got to pressure full court, try to get some steals and quick buckets.
Down by 9, 1:25 remaining.
And again, 1:25, there's a lot of time. That's 3 threes. But they also have to stop Pitt on the defensive end. If they're going to pressure full court, they got to make sure that they get back once the ball starts moving up court, and they play smart defense.
And I think so far it's fair to say that in every key situation, when they've needed a stop against Pitt, they haven't been able to come up with it.
They sure haven't. And, you know, you got to also credit Carl Krauser for that. You know, he's come up with some big-time shots and big-time plays, big-time assists. If he gets the ball, Penn State obviously wants to keep the ball out of his hands because he's also a great free throw shooter.
Ed Tuchelis wiping his brow, but he can't be unhappy with the play of his young freshman, Danny Morrissey, Mike Walker. They've given him quality minutes, if not quality shooting. Definitely something to build on.
Yeah, they're the future of the Nittany Lions, and they came out here and they weren't intimidated. Just played some tough basketball. I think the fans are really excited to see the kind of range that Mikey Walker has and how quickly he can light it up. That's a good job, Mikey Walker blocking out. Krauser going after the offensive rebound. Good job. With quick feet. And Krauser obviously isn't arguing. He shoots about 85% from the foul line. He's a little disappointed in himself. Mikey Walker also has a nice stroke from the foul line.
Penn State 12 of 18 from the line, make that 13 of 19.
How about Pitt against Memphis? They went to the line over 40 times.
That was almost painful to watch. They were so stifling watching it.
Exactly.
71 points for Penn State. Against a team that has, in the previous 6 games, never yielded more than 60.
Penn State. I think Gary Claxton got that foul. He's very close to getting a steal, actually.
Well, this is going to be
If he had Gary Claxton and just let him Krauser go, I think Mike Walker would have come up from behind. But, you know, you're not thinking you just want to get that foul.
That was almost like two minutes for high sticking, you know.
I'm sure Claxton is a little disappointed in himself. He wasn't the offensive contributor that he has been up to this point.
26 points for Krauser, make that 27. 80-71 Panthers. Looking to run their record to 8-0 this season.
Travis Parker trying to take it to the hole. He's either got to take it all away, try to get the foul, or take that shot. I think he caught himself in between.
Penn State will get a breather. Walker, a follow, truly a fall-away jumper. One up on the Penn State bench. This is going to be a free throw shooting game from here on in. Yeah. A breather for Penn State coming up. Tuesday they've got Buffalo at the Mid-American Conference here at Bryce Jordan.
Don't sleep on Buffalo, though, Mike. They're the kind of team that can surprise you. You know, anybody who played basketball in college knows that game before Christmas seems to be a letdown because you're thinking about all the eggnog and all the goodies you're going to get. Yeah. So Penn State's got to be ready, and I'm sure Coach Cellis is very well. Yeah, exactly. Hang out with the boys for a little bit. I can't remember of my 4 years ever having a good game before Christmas or Thanksgiving.
82-71 Pittsburgh over Penn State. The Panthers very much looking like the number 12 team in the country, but give Penn State credit.
They competed, they battled, they never backed off. And Pittsburgh, you know, this is a good test for them to go on the road, you know, and play a team that had a little fire in their belly, made a little run. And when you got a guy like Carl Krauser to crush any kind of run.
It's funny, we were talking about this earlier. I had a chance to see Illinois last Monday night against Chicago State, and they've got that three-headed guard position. Krauser's a little bit of all three of those guys. He's not quite as fast as Dee Brown, but he's fast. He's not quite a good a shooter as Luther Head, but he can shoot. Yeah. And he's not quite the assist man that Darren Walker or Darren Williams is, but he can dish it out as well.
Yeah,
like you said, an amalgam.
Yeah, that was my Penn State word. My degree, I learned that. SAT. Taft had a quiet game, but efficient.
Taft with 10 points.
Another steal, Krauser.
Marlon Smith stripped of the ball by...
I mean, Carl Krauser has done it all for the Pitt Panthers. Scored the buckets, gotten the steals, made the assists.
Playing the majority of minutes. Yeah,
that's good team defense. Yeah. Graves is guarding Marlon Smith, doing a good job. Krauser comes over. Let's give me that. 27 points.
A career high for Carl Krauser.
Penn State concentrated in practice this week on making him go right. Well, today he went both. They had no answer for Carl Krauser.
Krauser with his 28th point. 84-71, final 10 seconds of the game. Marlon Smith from the corner, a three-point shot that doesn't go. Morrissey follows. He can't get the roll, but he gets the ball back. Last shot here of the game, and that is it. 12th ranked Pittsburgh, I guess you can say, gets a scare. Penn State plays well, the first team to score over 60 points against Pittsburgh this year, but the Panthers win it 84-71. Very entertaining game. For Brian Allen, I'm Mike Adamley. Once again, Pittsburgh the winner. This game is produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television Incorporated. Thanks for joining us. See you again, everyone.